everybody. Hello. And welcome back to Brokenness Meets Grace. We are together again on another installment of our identity series, and we're so excited to have another guest with us today. Welcome, Gloria.
Thank you.
The beautiful Gloria. She brought lamb to the show, guys.
She really did.
She brought lamb to the show. Created us today.
No, man.
Gloria, please introduce yourself to the people.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Gloria Finn. I'm originally from KZN, Umlazi. I'm a township girl. Hello. I'm 31 years old and I'm a mother of two.
What's
Yes.
up?
Thank you
Welcome
so
to the show.
much.
Welcome to the show. So as we said, we are continuing with our identity series, and we're so excited because it's been such a lovely encounter and experience to talk about some of the things that we've spoken about with our previous guests, and to have the series really stretch out as long as it did. It just highlights just how important it is of a topic, around identity and what makes us who we are, and of course how being broken and God's grace putting it all together.
Exactly.
Okay.
I realized that's how I felt myself, because loving yourself at that moment where everybody else is looking at you through these spectacles, and you believing in yourself that despite public opinion, what people think about me and what I'm going through and their opinions, I'm destined for
and greatness located you.
Exactly.
It
How
found me,
amazing
and
is
it
that?
broke all protocol.
Hey?
It broke all protocol.
You know what's interesting also? I dare to ask,
Wow.
do you think that had you not failed,
Yeah.
this would have been your destiny? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you think that
Exactly.
had everything that happened to you in matric not happened, had you gone on the route of the bursary, had you gone on that journey, would you have ended up here?
Honestly, no. I feel like my experiences were so character building, because
Yes.
throughout my high school days, I was the golden girl of the school.
Yeah.
I had everything on the silver platter. I never had to work for anything. So I feel like this experience was really character building, and maybe I wouldn't have pushed myself to the extent of which I have.
To acquire what you have.
Exactly.
God had to humble
Had
you.
I not had I not gone through what I went through, and now I am so limitless. It's not even
It's great.
funny.
The thing is, you can even see
You
it.
can see it.
You can
I am
see just
so
how limitless you are.
I am so, even with my thinking,
Yeah.
I just have this strong belief that everything I put my mind to
You
it,
can do it.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I am so limitless. It's
Yeah.
not even funny. Another interesting story. I have a hair product range, right?
Yes.
So when I came back from Cuba, when I graduated, I started developing a very bad case of acne.
Okay.
Like, I had a terrible case of acne. So I was put by the dermatologist on a certain acne treatment, and it gave me bad hair loss.
Okay.
Sure.
That just my
Confidence levels.
plummeted
Yeah.
so badly. I was so self-conscious, and I can say that was another moment where I had
A humbling character building moment.
exactly where I had to dig deep inside of me, and the bounce back was so amazing because today I have a
A hairline.
Like, come on.
Being on the show, and hearing all of, like, we have guests and we have stories, but I never, ever cease to be amazed by what God can do.
Exactly.
Like, I'm never so blown away by what God can do. It doesn't stop shocking me. How He can take absolutely what seems like the worst possible situation and make it for good. Like, it blows my mind. And every time we have a guest on, that just reaffirms that.
Exactly.
It's just mind-boggling.
And it's for that, like, the bounce back. I think that's all God does it for, eh?
The stage.
Like,
Exactly.
He wants to show you that I can do it.
I am God.
In the most
Exactly.
impossible situation,
Hey.
it can be done.
And provided that you will assign glory where glory is due.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I think in a lot of instances, we take on this thing where we want to do things in our own strength so that we can get the pat on the back.
Yes.
So that it can be, ooh, Gloria,
Exactly.
look what you did. You came out. But you knew from the get who to take your failures.
Yes.
Exactly.
You knew from the get who to assign or who to bring the brokenness to, and you knew what he could do with it,
Yeah.
and he did what he does.
Exactly.
You know, posture.
I recently had a very in-depth conversation with my mom, and I was telling my mom, you know, I strongly believe that for every failure that I experienced, that was God gathering the masses for them to witness my comeback.
Sure, for him. For his glory. Because at the end of the day, here he is getting the glory and the hand clap.
Exactly.
You know?
I honestly feel like that.
But also, like we keep saying, posture. I think
Posture's
posture is
everything.
It's
everything.
everything.
It's
everything.
everything. Because if you don't recognize where you end,
Exactly.
you need to understand that I cannot go any further.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Only God can carry me from this point.
Yeah.
And that needs a level of surrender that is breaking.
Yes.
It breaks you, it debilitates you.
Exactly.
You know, but God, it's like a beacon for him.
Yeah.
He sees that and he's like, I can work there.
Exactly.
And I wish
Exactly.
more people understood that, because we are very quick to reject loss.
Yeah.
We're very quick to reject failure. We hide, we crawl, we go under a cave, we don't want to see, but we'll publicize our successes.
Exactly.
We'll put that on blast. When we're doing well and things are great, everybody can see. But it's in the moments where things are not great
Yes.
that people actually want to see how do you respond
Exactly.
to those moments.
Exactly.
And God always sets it up in a way that if you are as open about your failings as you are about your successes,
Yes.
He can
That's
support
so
you.
true.
You know,
Yes.
He can root for you
Yes.
because it's an element of humility, it's an
Yes.
element of surrender.
Yes.
But we reject brokenness.
Yeah.
We reject it because we see it as it's filth.
Yes.
It's not accepted
It's
by
not
society. It's not cute,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And we reject it. But the key to actually thriving through it like you did
Exactly.
is actually accepting it and owning
Exactly.
it. And beyond saying,
Exactly.
I'm a broken mess, I'm a hot mess, but you know what? I'm his mess.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
And-
And let his work be done. Let him do
Exactly.
his work with me, because in those moments, those are moments where you are so vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you have the whole world looking at you,
Yeah.
and it is so amazing that while the world is looking at
Yeah.
your mess, they
Yeah.
also get to witness how
God.
God builds you up.
That's
Like a
amazing.
spotlight.
Exactly.
Of breaking and building.
For them to witness how
Sure.
God just enters your life and just makes
Turns things
everything
around.
okay. Exactly.
And you know, we paint this picture of, you know, God coming in and everything looking great, and you know, your testimony is fantastic. But are there still days when you have down days? Are there still days where you still encounter or experience lows
Or insecurity.
or insecurities or those fears
Definitely.
come back? And how do you deal with those?
You know, recently, okay, when we returned back from Cuba, we had to write an exam.
Yeah.
So this examination determined whether we can start with our internship or not.
Okay.
So there were a lot of dynamics. I don't want to sound like I'm justifying.
Yeah.
But bottom line is, I didn't pass that examination. It was a very important exam. It was a once-off examination. So meaning that with the qualification that you come back with, if you fail this exam, there's no other attempt, meaning that you cannot do your internship.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that was this year my lowest moment, because I felt like the 6
Failed
years
again.
that I've put in graduating, you know, everything that was attached to my experience there, everything that I had to endure and encounter. And then at the end of the day, the final test, the determining factor, I failed to reach that objective. So I really experienced the low there. But you know, God.
You know,
Come on now.
You know, God.
You know, God will come
From
through
the
for your
first
girl.
Okay. I can't wait to see it. Where do we point? Where are you gonna have it? You know, God.
You know, God. You know, God will continue doing the things for your girl. So while I was still wallowing in that, because other people were felt successful, I think now they're just preparing to go to start with their internship. And then the university comes and says, you are a postgraduate candidate. Come here, man.
You know, when you're set apart, like, and that's the thing about purpose.
Exactly.
When
Purpose
purpose
sets you apart. It's
Just
the Proverbs scripture. I think it's Proverbs 18 that says that your gifts open doors for you.
makes way for
It
you.
makes way
Makes
for you.
room for you.
And that's just, I listen to what you're saying, and for me, that's what stands out. The fact that he never wanted you to be like the others. to a point where he would allow what looks like a failing in your
Yeah.
matric year to set you apart.
Exactly.
So that you can go into a direction where again you are set apart, cum laude, best foreign student, set apart. Come back, fail a test that does what
Exactly.
sets you apart. And for me, that's what stands out, that when you step into purpose and when you do what you were born to do,
Yeah.
because you feel it in your heart that, you know what,
Yeah.
I don't fit in anywhere else.
Exactly.
And I have a hunger in my soul,
Exactly.
and I need to attain what I need to attain, because I cannot sleep,
Yes.
eat, think, or do anything if I'm not doing this
Yeah.
one thing.
Exactly.
He will set you apart.
It's so true. I also see it as a redirection.
Yes.
though.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Because he's saying, okay, I need to get you out of this because
Yes.
you're going to be comfortable here.
Yes.
So I'm going to have to make it look like
Yeah.
a failure.
Yes.
Because I'm
Wow.
shifting you.
Wow.
Exactly.
Right? And that's how he rolls. He just redirects
Wow.
patterns
Exactly.
like that.
And those I've also learned to do that. I've also, for every failure that I
Yeah.
experience, because I still am experiencing
Yeah.
a lot of
Of
them.
course.
So for every failure that I experience, I've learned to get to that point where I'm like, God,
It's not what you want.
is this not it for me? And if it's not, reveal it to me,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna be
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Let your will be done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be okay. So I still have those very intimate
Yeah.
conversations with God to say that I've worked so hard for this, but if it's not for
Not
me,
your will.
it's not your will as well. Let it be done.
Exactly.
So with this
Sure.
as well, I felt like it's much more bigger
Yes.
than
Yes.
the examination.
Yes.
It is way more
Yeah.
bigger than that.
Yeah.
So while you're standing there looking at a closed door,
Yeah.
there's 6
So many open
windows.
doors, and you get to choose from. And
Do you understand?
And even the idea that you have around, and that's what I love about God, it actually makes me so excited I could jump up and because even the idea that you have
Yeah.
about UP
Yeah.
is still nothing compared
Yeah.
to what it actually
So
is.
many strings attached, eh?
Exceedingly abundantly
Yeah.
beyond what you could ever think
Yeah.
or imagine. And that's what that means, that He has so much in store for those who actually choose to be available for Him.
Exactly.
So much. You wouldn't even be able to think up the things that He
Yeah.
has for you.
Mhm.
And I cannot wait to have you back a year from now
Yeah,
and just see or talk about what He's done, because
exactly.
the stage is set.
It has
The
been.
stage is set and
It
glory
has
is
been.
His, and you are going to do phenomenal, amazing things. And the reason that I asked about the low days is because people have the misconception that when you do step into purpose and you are doing what you've been called to do,
Life is perfect.
life is
yeah.
great, you know, and that the days are just
Yeah.
up. And I think the reason they have that idea is because society has painted success as this upward trajectory, soft life, we're good, we're thriving, we're blessed. What a lie, guys. Like, if there's one thing that Jesus told us is
Yeah.
that in this world you will have
That'll
trouble.
be problem.
Like, that was the biggest disclaimer of the Bible. And in a sense, it's a huge disclaimer, but it's also a hint or a hack into living.
Exactly.
Basically telling us that, you know what, you're gonna have down
Yeah.
days, you're gonna have low days, even when you are walking in the path that I've set for you.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself for them, but always be reminded that I've still got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
amazing.
Sorry. What a
Amazing,
My
amazing.
God.
I think the most important thing is just be predispositioned
Yeah.
for God's blessings
Yeah.
and
Period.
His favors.
Yeah.
We always need to be in that
Just
position.
So,
Just that, like in our thinking,
Yeah.
in the way we speak to ourselves
Yeah.
over our lives,
Yes.
over our family,
Yes.
over our kids, like that puts you in a certain position.
Correct.
Do you understand? So that position either determines whether
Yeah,
you're
correct.
going to receive God's grace or
Or
not.
not.
You understand? So I think that is
And it's also like Shishi was saying, we need to be distinct. Do
Yes.
you understand? There needs to be a difference
exactly.
Yeah.
between
Exactly.
a child of God, to put it
Exactly.
frankly,
Yeah.
and other people.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that goes in the way that you
Exactly.
speak, your mannerisms, your posture, you know.
How you handle disappointment.
Exactly.
How you handle failure.
Exactly.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not this thing, ya gore, we're walking on air.
Yes.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to something the other day. I think it was Jonathan,
Yeah.
and he was talking about the whole how Jesus walked on water, and he called it walking on chaos. You know,
Wow.
and he was like, that isn't necessarily the miracle in the sense that physically walking in water. walking on chaos is just living a difficult life, having to walk on extremely difficult circumstances.
Exactly.
You don't walk on the chaos because you're keeping yourself there. You walk on the chaos because you know who has you, you know. And it's just coming back to what you're saying, Jorge, as a child of God, we need to get to a place where we understand that if we are broken, He has allowed it.
Yes.
And if He has allowed it, we know it's for our good.
Mhm.
And we just need to wait for positioning,
Exactly.
for God to be able to reveal to us, why did I allow you to break? Now I can come through with grace for my glory.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So we're
true.
so happy.
Amazing chat.
So lovely.
I loved it.
So lovely. Any closing remarks? Anything that you want to share or encourage somebody who may have been going through what you did?
Girl. This God that we serve. Girl, He is limitless.
Yeah.
I think that is the word that keeps on resonating with me. He is limitless. He is limitless. Despite what you go through, what everyone says, where you are in life, but the God that we serve is limitless. He is fair, He is just, and He is limitless. I think that is the one thing that He has shown in my life, that every time a door closes or I feel like I'm experiencing a failure, He's like, no.
Sure.
This is just the beginning of something bigger and greater.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Wow.
And have those conversations with Him.
Yes.
Have those conversations
Yes.
with Him. Sometimes they're really difficult because we were taught that, you know, like whatever happens, like, you know, don't question.
Don't question God.
You know,
doubt.
don't question God,
Very
don't
true.
doubt Him. But you need to have those
Yeah.
meetings with
Yeah.
Him to say, God, this is what I wanted for myself.
Yes.
And clearly this is not the path that you want me in.
Yeah.
So direct me in the
Yes.
correct path that you see fit for me, where I will grow, where I'll flourish, where I'll become a better person. So we need to have those conversations with Him.
So true.
Definitely.
Sure.
Definitely.
And He encourages us to.
Exactly.
I think we also, society has made Christianity or our walk with God this legalistic thing, where we see Him as this far off ruler.
Exactly.
And you can't approach Him.
Inaccessible.
You know what I mean?
Inaccessible.
Like,
Yes.
you know, but He's a father.
Exactly.
And just like you would sit on your dad's lap and cry and you'd say, I'm hurt, I'm tired, I'm aching, you let me down. You know, I wanted this so badly. He wants us to do that.
Exactly.
And it's in those moments that some of the most beautiful things are born. In those intimate moments. Wow.
And just also to add that life is such a beautiful journey if you allow it to be. Okay? I think most of society is so depressed and anxiety ridden, you know, because they've taken on this persona of life that is bleak, you know. But when you fully realign your focus on the one who gave you life, who created the world, and are also willing to understand, like you were saying, that there are ups and downs in life.
Definitely.
But you can learn so much even from the downs. And you can come back even stronger. You know, it's like we listened to some video that was circulating quite a few years back, and I remember it stuck with me because it was so true. And this guy was talking, he was on a crusade, right? And he was talking about his testimony and his salvation. And he said, what people don't understand is life with Christ is realer than a James Bond movie. Because you just never know what's gonna happen. You could jump over a cliff, you could be on a helicopter tomorrow. Like it's realer than a movie because it's real life. You know, but it's just so uncertain. But it's a beautiful journey. You know, as unpredictable as it is, it's just limitless. Like you said.
And I mean, looking at you now, Gloria, like, don't you just sit and marvel at the person you have become? Where is that 18-year-old scared, pregnant teenager who just found out she's going to be someone's mother? Like, where is
she? Absolutely. But you know, throughout all of that, I never marvel myself as an individual. I marvel at God.
Of course. Yes.
And what He has done for me and what I have managed to achieve through Him. Do you understand? So I don't know, but I think somewhere in there, the 18-year-old mother is still there. But I think I use her as a point of reference.
Absolutely.
Now. and not necessarily as a point of
A
identity,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
but reference
Yes.
all the time.
Yes.
I still keep it
Yes.
in there.
And you know what that 18-year-old is that cracked jar.
Yeah.
It's that
Exactly.
cracked jar that is, you can still see the cracks, but it's been glued together by the grace of
Exactly.
God. And that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
That's the message that we try and send to everybody that watches, that you are not this damaged, useless clay jar that deserves to be thrown out because you made mistakes, or you failed, or you're broken, or you're dealing with things.
Yeah.
You are perfectly positioned for the potter to come and put the pieces of your life together and show you on display as a beautiful, unique work of art.
Exactly.
You know. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having
you.
me.
And remember, it may be broken, but it's in the hands of the potter. Bye guys. Catch you next time.